On est de retour sur la scène du Lab, ici à l'Eurosatory. J'espère que vous êtes en forme en ce milieu d'après-midi. Il est donc 15 h et on va commencer notre keynote de 30 minutes avec le colonel Sébastien Depéré. Cette keynote aura donc pour but de vous présenter le Battle Lab Terre et de vous donner quelques informations là-dessus. On va maintenant donc passer en anglais. So now it's time to present the keynote of the afternoon. So since 2019, the French Army has set up a full-time dedicated structure task to conduct its open innovation projects. Companies, in particular those who have a limited military background, have the capability to manage innovative projects and to better understand the operational requirements. This keynote aims at providing practical landmarks concerning the management of these projects and to take contact with the Battle Lab Terre staff. Colonel Sébastien Depéré, head of Battle Lab Terre, the Battle Lab Terre is tasked to run the Tech Ops open innovation projects for the benefit of the French Army staff. Its three main tasks are identify, explore, recommend. So the Colonel Sébastien Depéré is going to explain.
Thank you very much. I'm very pleased to introduce this subject this afternoon because open innovation and the military world are not always totally connected in a general view. And my goal is to explain you how, from 3 years now, we develop a direct connection between startups, companies and open innovation in a military perspective. I'm the head of Battle Lab Terre, which may be translated as Army Battle Lab, from July 2019, which was the very beginning of the operational activities of Battle Lab Terre. This presentation, I have to mention it, is dedicated to anybody who is not used to deal with the French Army or used to deal with open innovation in a military environment. If some of you already know Battle Lab Terre, you won't discover many new topics in my presentation. To start, if I only had one slide and 2 minutes to introduce Battle Lab Terre, everything is on that slide. I will develop the different aspects, but the main point is that the aim, the mission of Battle Lab Terre, which is a military unit, military structure dedicated at full time to open innovation, is to conduct the exploration of any technical and operational solutions. The exploration is a keyword because there is a strict limit between the armament program, which are on operations and are approved for combat, and the exploration time, which is the mission of Battle Lab Terre. What is exploration? The exploration may be defined as using a prototype on the field with end users to have a feedback about the operational value added of that solution for combatants. It's not anything else. So it may be a little bit more restrictive that many people understand with open innovation in the civilian world, but this is the way we conduct our mission. And when you understand technical operational as new technologies, emerging solutions, for operationals, you are on point. The three main tasks are at first to identify new solutions, new technological solutions, most of them coming directly from the civilian world and with no military use case for the time being. Second point is the exploration itself on the field with a dedicated method. And the recommendation to the Army staff is the key point. Otherwise, we would conduct innovation for innovation all our tasks are to test new solutions and to imagine their integration in programs, in current programs, or for a middle or long-term perspective. The origins of all our innovation ideas come from the three key points which are on the right of the slides. There is a very huge and rich capacity of innovation, of imagination in the military, in the French infantry in first case. And we use many ideas coming from our units to try to develop them and to scale them up. Second point, the technological opportunities. The permanent innovation in the civilian world, in the digital assets, or in all the domains is a key domain for detecting new solutions and to try to develop, to integrate them in a military perspective. And the third point is a permanent work with the branch plan of the Army staff is to identify new operational needs because it's provoked by the permanent innovation coming from our enemies, and we identify new solutions to answer those operational needs. And the fact that we have a permanent structure with a very large panel of solutions of companies, of research laboratories, help us to understand or to make the link between an operational need, a technical solution, and probably some end users. The area of operation or the environment of Battle Lab Terre is mainly based on military units. The whole innovation defense world, which has been developed in the French MOD from 2018, mainly around Agence d'innovation de défense, Innovation Defense Agency, which is at ministry level, and the industry. But when I speak of the industry, it's R&D with laboratory, even with engineer schools, which may be very good partners for us. And the key point of that slide is that, as I mentioned you in the introduction, there is a time for exploration, which is my task, and the key issue is to transmit from innovation time to program time. And our staff process is permanently re-evaluated to make sure that some good ideas may integrate armament program in short, middle, or long term. It's always better to use some examples to be understood. And when you speak of open innovation, you may think of many domains. I just sum up a part of our scope of innovation with those few keywords. I will be ready just after the presentation to let you time to ask some questions about those different aspects. But with that slide, just those few keywords, you may understand that the scope of innovation, of exploration of Battle Lab Terre is quite wide. Many subjects are related to field, to operational issues on the field. Many are linked with digital issues, for instance, the use of 3D map visualization to enhance the HQ work or the decision-making process. But you know that you can see that we work mainly on UGVs, UAVs, counter-UAVs, the interest of exoskeletons on the field. All that is our permanent domain of exploration. And if we conduct dedicated projects to some key aspects like platooning, we have experimented last month a kind of challenge, which is a first edition for us, which name is COMA for man-machine collaboration. And we have asked any structure, research and development, or companies which are interested with the conduct of operational scenarios on the field with man-machine teaming, and we had a very, very good feedback of all the participants, and we shall go on that kind of initiative. The two main effects that Battle Lab Terre has to achieve are, at first, to enlarge the understanding of the state-of-the-art of new technologies for the staff, and in a second vision, to make sure that civilian companies understand well the operational requirements of the army. And this is really a challenge for any army in the world, to have companies totally understanding or totally with a good interpretation of the operational needs. And that challenge was shaped so that the companies have conducted an operational mission on the field with their own means and their own solutions. So, with that role-playing situation, it has really, really greatly helped people to understand the requirements. And it was just a first edition. I'm really eager to see the next one. To enlarge the vision, Battle Lab Terre is not the only actor in the innovation area in the MOD, and we can sort out 4 different phases of innovation. Some of them are totally well known and work very well, which are the plant innovation, definition of new operational needs, future armament programs, the daily innovation, which is the adaptation of current capabilities. Participatory innovation, I don't know if the translation is okay for all of you, but this is all the ideas coming from units, from end users, to ease their daily business. And all those aspects of innovation were already covered before the creation of Battle Lab Terre. And the gap that Battle Lab Terre has filled with its creation is to have a permanent contact with companies which are not always used to deal with the army. And the second point is that with the creation of this Open Innovation Lab, there is a permanent coordination between all the actors of innovation to make sure that no idea, no new concept may be lost. If you join Battle Lab Terre or anyone with a new idea, you can be sure that with that permanent coordination system, you will be redirected with the right actor. And there is a key role of Innovation Defense Agency, which deals with the coordination of all those actors. With that kind of scheme, you may better understand the specific role of Battle Lab Terre, and the main aspect which must be understood is the specific role of Battle Lab Terre with an exploratory mission, which is not always very well understood or interpreted by some companies, which is that Battle Lab Terre is just has a role to open the doors. He's not a prescriber. The question of major contract will never be solved at Battle Lab Terre level. which make that if you start a project with Battlelapter, you may have a very huge feedback with lessons learned on your technological solution, but perhaps it will just be a short time business with us with no future. Some solutions which are used for exploratory purpose may integrate major contracts after that, but there is no guarantee to have a permanent or a direct link between exploration to a contract. And to have a complete understanding of the whole innovation ecosystem, you may see that we are connected with all the labs or all the technical structures in the MOD, in the French Army, and that we are directly connected with our allies, for instance, Innovation Hub, NATO Innovation Hub in Allied Command Transformation in Norfolk is a very good partner for us. The UK Defence Battle Lab, which was inaugurated just a few weeks ago, is a very good partner for us as well. And we have a strong partnership with the civilian academics, with a dedicated cluster or innovation hub in Île-de-France region, which name is Gaia, and which is held by GCAT, which is our armament industry, land armament industry syndicate. And I will conclude my briefing with just a few visions about what has emerged with the creation of that complete innovation chain. And the dedicated place of Battlelapter is that there is a very strong political will to develop innovation in the Ministry of Defense and in the Army. And with that political will, some tools have been created, disseminated to make sure that the ideas, the information is correctly managed. We have a full information management system with a database which makes sure that we don't lose any good idea. So this is the first step. The second step is that in the military, it's a fact, it's maybe difficult to see some structure discussed with each other. And the break of the limits, the boundaries between the command structures or technological branch is a reality with the creation or the shaping of that innovation chain. Third point is a key aspect, and this is really the main lessons learned that I've learned during those last 3 years. This is that we have a permanent concern about scaling up of projects. If a project is not doesn't scale up, for many people it may be a failure. For me, as we have a short, medium and long-term vision about the outcome of each and any project, this is a very good sign for all of us, because we may identify some good solutions for the future of some major armament programs with a very low-level innovation project conducted by Battlelapter. And the permanent link with the branch plan is the best way for us to make sure that all those new technologies are well understood and identified. And the last thing is that when you speak of open innovation in the civilian world, the end user at the center of the full process is one of the key aspects. And I think that very humbly we have managed to have that effect in the open innovation Army process, because no recommendation is done about a new technology without the use of a prototype on the field with end users on the long term. We have tested exoskeleton with parachute regiments, mountain troops, with engineers, etc. And with that, we have collected a full-scale, full range of lessons learned, and it has helped us to shape a complete recommendation for the future. How could you deal with us? The best way is just to send us a mail. You have 2 contacts. I recommend you to use the first one, but if you use the second one, you can make picture. You will have an answer because, as I've depicted you on my previous slide, there are permanent interconnections of the different actors. My structure is here, but there is a permanent information management cell for innovation, which is here and which may redirect you to any relevant actor. That concludes my briefing. I hope it was informative enough for the newcomers, and that with that very small presentation, you will have a taste for taking risk with us on the field. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Monsieur de Perret, pour cette présentation. Thank you very much for this presentation. So you just discovered the Army Battle Lab. Do you have any questions for the colonel? Yes? Just wait, we're going to... Oh, sorry. We have a question here.
Yes.
Okay. Allez-y.
Thank you for the presentation. What is the general timeline between the identification and the recommendation of a startup? How long does it take?
I decided not to have a very strict limitation of time. For me, the main the main recommendation or the main limit is to have recommendation which comes in due time for its future development. If you have a program based on exoskeletons for 2023, you may have your recommendation before. It's a reason why in many open innovation lab in the private industry, you have a 6-month landmark, for instance. It's not the case at all with Battle Lab Terre.
So, sorry, I'm a former colonel, Australian and British. In Australia, we had a separate innovation department in Special Operations Command.
Sorry, can you just put your mic closer? Yes.
Sorry. So in Australia, we had Special Operations Command had a separate budget for innovation and separate structures from Big Army.
Yes.
Is that the same in France, or do you handle everybody's needs?
We have dedicated innovation structures in all our components, but there is a permanent coordination link, and I just had a lunch with the innovation branch of Special Operations Forces before this conference. So we always try to combine the information and always try to find what should be tested for the others, or just having the reflex of inviting others to our projects.
So brilliant. So what you're saying is in France, you've got a far superior system where if one command picks up an innovation, that's cross-decked and shared?
Yes.
And then other people can say, wow, we also need that. That's
and
amazing.
This is the central role of Defense Innovation Agency, because we have members from all of the components, and they can disseminate the ideas of their project and make the information live.
So AID is Joint Military Civilian Staff then?
Yes, it is.
Perfect, thank you.
You're welcome.
Do we have other questions? She's coming to take the mic. No questions? Okay, well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Colonel Sébastien de Perret, Head of Battle Lab